That is a big problem that business owners struggle with. You get good at doing a thing that you do, and you know that you do it well, but you're afraid to charge the price. All you're doing is undervaluing that service.
Hello and welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. My name is Cindy Chase, and this channel is dedicated to uncovering inspiring stories about local business owners and community members. If you know somebody that we should interview and let the world discover them, please put it in the comments below. It might even be you. My goal with this channel is that people would watch and learn from other people's mistakes. And that way you don't have to make those mistakes yourself and you are ahead of the game. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and that way you'll be notified when our next podcast is aired. If you own a business, then you'll know this. The biggest pain point for a startup business when it comes to networking is often building meaningful connections. So we're going to speak with Kerry George today and find out how it is that she started this networking group and give us some insight and direction on how we can all do some networking for our own business. Today, our special guest is Kerry George, CEO of CIBN Connect. Welcome, Kerry.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you come to start a networking company? Tell us the long story.
Well, I don't know if we have time for the whole long story, but many years ago, it was about 2010, I decided to go into business for myself. And my first business that I was going to begin was marketing. And I was quite knowledgeable in the world of online marketing, which was pretty much a new thing back then. Right. Facebook was pretty new. LinkedIn was definitely new. Most of these, types of channels didn't exist until then. I was very good at telling a story. I had 5,000 friends on Facebook in the first year that Facebook was a thing.
Wow.
That kind of made me an expert in those areas. People who'd taken many years of marketing training weren't really prepared for the whole world of online marketing. Mm-hmm. And I was ahead of the curve there. So I went out into the business world of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and tried to get in front of companies to hire me to create their Facebook backdrops and their Twitter backdrops, which was Twitter then before X, and all of these different things, and write their stories and send out their email marketing, that kind of stuff, which I'd had some experience in doing. But as I went to these different businesses, I was met with gargoyles at the gate. The oil and gas companies had a secretary or somebody that was trained to keep people like me from meeting the boss. I was really struggling to get in front of people, and someone invited me to a networking meeting. So I went to my first networking meeting just because I needed business like everybody else. And when I told this small group of business owners what I was doing, they surrounded me and wanted more information and were asking me to come and train them and show them all about this new social media thing. It just was a wide open door. So I started to do more networking. I've started volunteering for a networking group. And next year, I did a lot of networking with a group called the Calgary Business Network. And then the owner wanted to retire. So I ended up taking that over and building that out as a business. And in the next year, I was doing both things. I was doing the marketing and for my own company, and I was building out this organization. And by the end of that year, I realized that I liked the networking and I liked the training more than I liked doing people's marketing. Right. So I was looking at that more as a full-time idea. And then I was approached by a very large organization of networking group where the owner asked me if I would like to buy them out and take over this big group. And so that's what happened. We bought them out, took over a big group, and then that became my full-time gig. And I've been doing that ever since. It was about 2011.
And that's a lot of stuff to happen in 1 year.
Yeah, it was. You know what? We grew that original group by 300% in the first year, and that drew the attention of the owner of this other company. And then, I think it was actually the beginning of 2012 that we took over that next group. And that's when CIBN was born. And then we started to work on growing that business network and training people to be in network.
What does CIBN stand for?
Well, today it stands for Collaborating International Business Network. When we got started, we were Canadians, and it was the Canadian Imperial Business Network.
Right.
We wanted to rebrand in 2019 because our vision was to take it to a global market.
Yes.
We were starting to have a real impact and help business owners in an unprecedented way. So we thought we should probably try to do this more on a global scale.
Right.
And so we did a complete rebrand in 2019.
According to your website, you've got online visitors from 34 countries around the world. There's 26,585 members, 21 different groups in 3 different countries that you're all communicating with on a regular basis. That's impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from all over the world. It's not just, the people that there's more than just the people that come regularly. There's a pop in sometimes they take a course, sometimes they're here for a small membership and just to participate just in networking. Others are there to take sales training. So there's a variety of courses and stuff and training available that we have for members.
So tell us what sort of courses and training that you can provide.
Well, we have networking training. In fact, I recently wrote a book called Networking, the $150,000 Method. So one of the simplest ways of starting your networking training is to go to kerrygeorge.com and pick up a book called Smart Networking. Or you can just Google it and find it online if you want to get it through any of the places like Amazon or want an actual physical copy sent to you.
Right.
No problem. You can get it through there. And that will help you with your networking training. And we have courses for networking as well at CIBN. But we also train people in other things, like we have a speaker's level of membership at CIBN where you can learn to speak in front of groups and have opportunity to speak, because we have over 500 events a year that you can be participating at and actually sharing, what you do in front of a group of people. So that's another level of membership.
Is this online or live?
That is available online, and in cities like Calgary and Edmonton, you can participate in that level of membership just by joining your local chapters.
Oh, so you have in-person meetings as well, not just online.
We have city directors that have bought licensing agreements to run an organization in those communities. And they have in-person events that you can attend and be a speaker at that level of membership. So there's many opportunities, and lots of people who own businesses want to put the word out about what they do and also get better at being in front of a crowd. So we offer that opportunity at CIBN, and that's just another level of membership. And we also have sales training. And the reason that we have offered sales training is because many people come out networking because they want to get that lead, right? Yes. They're looking to do business with people, and they know it's about them getting to know, like, and trust you. And they kind of got that down. But what they miss is, if you can't sell, then how will leads help you exactly? Right? If you can't close the deal, you're going to be struggling financially. So CIBN also offers basic sales training that will completely change the trajectory of your business if you engage that level of membership. So it will help fix that problem.
So when I think of sales and selling yourself, there must be a passive way or a non-banging somebody over the head way. Do you teach different ways of selling so that it doesn't seem like you're selling yourself?
Yes and no. So let me clear something up for you. A lot of people are concerned about that. I mean, some people personality style, like they're introverts. They don't like to sell. They don't want to feel salesy. And yes, there are many skills that you can learn so that you don't have to feel like you're salesy. However, there's also this fear of selling, and there is this fear of being misinterpreted as being salesy. And some of the work that we do with people is just really helping you get this 6 inches straightened out, because sometimes you don't sound salesy, you just think you do because that's your personality.
Right.
And sometimes you just need to know that there's a sales process to follow. And if you follow the process, if you create a process that works, that you become comfortable with through practice, and it works, you just follow the steps. All right. But there are some people in their personalities that just the very idea seems to be so overwhelming, and I don't want to be salesy. And it is, you're sabotaging yourself through your own thoughts. Sometimes we have to overcome that as well as create a process and we want it to be more comfortable. But honestly, for some people, selling is not going to be comfortable. And you have to get over that to move your business forward. Sometimes we have to kind of take you by the hand and lead you through that.
So I was in CIBN Connect when I first started, when COVID happened and I was first working from home. And I learned so much from you, from the courses and in your marketing. And you've done it all yourself. You've been through the trenches, so you know what you're talking about. So that's easier to learn from you because you know what you're talking about. So when you're talking about sounding salesy, or like I might not want to sound salesy, sometimes we don't see our own value of the services that we provide.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a big problem that business owners struggle with, because you get good at doing a thing that you do, and you know that you do it well, but you're afraid to charge the price for it that maybe is the going rate. And that is actually another one of the ways that we help. We've got peer groups around our people all the time. Mm-hmm. So when someone comes in and they're charging, $25 an hour or something like that, you realize that, wow, the going rate for this is much higher. And the person is feeling like, well, I'm just starting out, so I should offer it lower. Well, all you're doing is undervaluing that service.
Yes.
You're creating a situation in the marketplace that isn't favorable to you, to your competitor, or to your client. You start teaching your client that that's what the value of that is. Exactly. That isn't healthy for anyone in the industry. Right. The reality is you want to learn to do a great job at a fair price, and you want to be paid well for what you do. So a lot of it has to do with packaging, how you put it together. So at CIBN, that's another one of the things that we do for people, is we kind of show you how to put that together in a way that it's going to make sense and that you can feel good about it, but you can get paid the value of which the service is, instead of undercutting and feeling like you have to discount or offer additional things that don't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. Can you share with us some different types of businesses that are part of the networking group? I think we both own a PEMF therapy system.
Yes, we do.
And so that adds to my health. But I would not have known about that unless I was a part of CIBN networking.
That's a very good point that you're bringing up. I find out things all the time that were helpful in health, in wealth, in life, relationship growth, all of these different things. We're around professionals in these industries, which just open it up for us in ways that we would never have anticipated had we not been part of the network. Exactly. That's a very good point. So at CIBN, we have a very large range of business owners that are involved that provide solutions for pretty much anything in your life. Mm-hmm. So we've got people that are small business owners and solopreneurs, and you've got the salespeople and the life insurance agents and the financial planners, and you've got the real estate agents and the mortgage brokers. And then you've got people that are small business owners, and in the cities, particularly where we have the in-person networking, we get a lot of the trades. We get the plumbers and the electricians, and the people that do the renovations, and all these different kinds are also around the network. But at CIBN, we also have sponsors, and that means that we have a much broader range of businesses, not just the small business and the solopreneur or the network marketer. We also have people who, they own 2 or 3 locations, they have franchises. Some of them are big financial people. Some are US sponsors. I have a US sponsor that his ideal client comes in with at least $40,000, and he's typically taking customer deals with people that are doing like $1 million to $5 million a year easily. Wow. So we have a really broad range because we have the sponsor level where people purchase sponsorship to support the broader network and get the advertising out to the small business owner. Right. And some of them don't even want a return on investment. Some of them join us because they just want to give back to the small business owner and have an impact on small business. Wow. So huge range, lots of people. We have a core group at CIBN that it works within, the system behind the scenes, like myself and our other team members who know everybody in the network. So when you come along and say, I need to meet people who only make this much money, have this many employees, and they dress in purple.
Awesome. I do want to add that, as well as meeting different people that provide services that can add to your health. There's also businesses that can add value and add services that help you run your business, help you do marketing and advertising. So there's lots of resources there for businesses that are just starting up or want to, maybe they've been in business for 10, 20 years, but they want to ramp it up a bit, but they're not sure how to do it. There's lots of resources through your organization.
And if anyone has any questions about that, having a conversation with myself or Joshua, and you can email us, joshua@cibnconnect.com, or myself, kgeorge@cibnconnect.com, and we can actually direct you to the person most likely to solve that problem for you,
Right.
or move your needle forward in that area. And yeah, you're right. We have virtual assistants that are in the network. We have people who do specific things. Well, you do graphics work. We got others that do specific project management. All of those are available within the network. And if you just tell us what it is that you're trying to accomplish, we can usually connect you to the right person.
Exactly. So what days are these different meetings on?
Well, in the online world, we have stuff going on Monday through Friday, every day of the week. And we try to cover the time zones for North America and Europe, primarily. We do get some other folks popping in, but they typically have to fit into those time zones. In the in-person world, there is, in Edmonton, for example, there are at least 2 meetings, sometimes 3 meetings a month that are happening every month that you can go and participate in person. In Calgary, the same thing. And right now we're looking at launching 2 new cities in 2025.
Kerry, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers? Anything at all? Maybe inspiration as how to plow through those tough times and how to succeed?
Yeah, there's a couple things I'd like to share. Inspiration-wise, I'll come to that in a minute. But there's something else that is unique about CIBN in that we have created a tool stack for the members. And that's something that in the last couple of years, we've invested a lot of time and money into that. So our members, when they come and join us, we know that the bottom line for a business owner is the bottom line. You have to actually get revenue created from the things that you're doing. Your networking especially needs to be producing. So besides coming up with this book that teaches people how, so that they can actually be profitable in their networking, we have some additional tools that we've added in a tool stack that when members join, they have immediate access to them. One of them is a Chrome extension that works with LinkedIn. It also works inside of Zoom meetings and other kinds of meetings. And what it does is it allows you to look at the connections that you have and see who they're connected to. And the AI will rank the people that you're looking at and put them on a scale from 0 to 10 so that you can see who is most likely to be a candidate for your services, and you can ask for the direct connection.
Wow.
And in a matter of like 30 seconds, you can ask for the connection. And then I like to do a few of them at once and then, go away from the computer and come back. You can easily fill like 20 appointments a week in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes.
Wow.
Just by using the tool. So that is one thing that is unique to CIBN. We have this Chrome extension. It works beautifully. We have courses on it. We also have little short video trainings on how to use it. And that's just one of the tools that we have. I try not to confuse new people with more things, but once they get that one down, we have other ones. So that will actually raise revenue for you and get things moving and shaking for your business so that you can actually get the client that you need. So that's the tools. Now, inspiration, buck up, keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. So many things in life come at you. Lots of good ideas come at you. You need to learn to sort between the good ideas and the great idea, because good ideas will keep you from the thing that you really should be doing. So get focused, stay focused, and keep going. That's what I would say. I know that's been how we have built our business. But I always say there's no success guru anywhere in the world who will tell you that distraction is the key to success.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Kerry.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
So if you're still watching, you probably own your own business, or you want to, or you know somebody that does. Maybe you're married to somebody that has their own business and you hear them griping about how hard it is to promote their businesses online or even in person. I happen to be a graphic designer. My company is called Master Graphics Marketing and Design. I've got over 40 years of experience. Actually, I started right outside of high school, and my first job was at a printing company as their graphic designer. Some common pain points of marketing for startup businesses are exactly what we at Master Graphics Marketing and Design can help you with.
Limited budget, not knowing the target audience, and building brand awareness.
Good news, Master Graphics doesn't have a huge overhead, so we can keep our prices reasonable and manageable. At Master Graphics Marketing and Design, we can provide those services for you, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description below and learn how to do it yourself in our how-to videos. Our special guest next week is going to be a very special surprise. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and we'll send you a notification, and then you'll see who our special guest is. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much to Kerry George from CIBN Connect. I know I learned lots from you today, and I hope our viewers did. If you want to reach out to Kerry, I'll put her contact information in the description below. Be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. All right. Bye.